Good morning. My name is Tom Potok. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm from the Oak Ridge National Laboratory. I had the joy of spending a couple extra hours in the Detroit airport. I thought California was in a drought. But anyway, it's a pleasure to be here. This is my first NICE workshop. I'm standing here today because of Robinson Pino. He couldn't make the meeting and asked that I represent some of the things that he's doing with his program, which I think is pretty exciting. I come at this from a data analytics side. A lot of machine learning, a lot of deep learning, trying to figure out how the brain works, how you use brain capabilities to understand data and do a better job of data analytics. The first thing I want to talk about was there was a roundtable that was held up in DC in October, and part of the idea behind that was to say, can we take the Department of Energy's basic energy science and then take the advanced scientific computing and get these two groups together. There's a tremendous amount of work being done on the material science side, which is truly fascinating, and then a great amount of work being done also on the computing side. And getting those two together was what was interesting. It's sort of hard looking at a material science presentation as a computer scientist and really understanding what's going on, but it's interesting to see. Anyway, a report was put out on that that's at the bottom. From that, we're going to hold a workshop, a neuromorphic workshop in Oak Ridge at the end of June, beginning of July, and we're looking for white papers. The goal for this workshop is to say, looking at the material side and looking at the computing side was a little broad for the first roundtable. We're trying to look now much more closely, much more focused on how do you program these systems? You can potentially build them in devices. There are exciting materials that are happening, but once you have a device, once you have a system, how do you build it? How do you train it? How do you program it? Can you use some of the deep learning, machine learning, some of those methods? And so that's one of the goals. Another goal is to say, can we start bringing some of the national laboratory communities together as well and see what's going on in this area and who's doing what? And then the last one, I'm sure most of you are aware of this. So the White House has announced this nano-inspired grand challenge for future computing. So Robinson Pino is, for those of you who don't know him, he's a program manager in the Office of Science, and he's been asked to participate in this program. So this is very, very broad, very large scale, akin to sort of like the BRAIN initiative or the exascale computing initiative. So again, this is a very another thrust that's going on. It's very exciting to see. This looks like it's an emerging area. I know a lot of the program managers have done a tremendous amount of work to get to this level, to get to this point, and I think that this is this area is on the verge of really taking off. And I'll echo what Bruce said is, that exascale computing is the big high bar for the Department of Energy, but people are starting to ask now, what do you do beyond that? We can't just keep going the way we've done. How do we go beyond that? Anyway, that's my presentation.